actually have some good news for future Yu-Gi-Oh! Prize support. With the announcement of the Switch 2 out here, I can safely say that people are going to be a little bit happier about future price support. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OS content. So I just want to say that, the whole infinite prize debate out here and everything, it has very much calmed down over time out here. It's still there. It's still sitting off in the distance. People are still, a little bit, hectic about this. And that's fine. It's one thing or another out here. But your big takeaway here is with the Switch 2 coming out, then that means sayonara Switch. That means that Konami will finally upgrade all of the Switches out here. And because we do have, you got to remember, that new Switch game for Yu-Gi-Oh! Will probably be in the prize pool for probably the next year. That's something I don't think a lot of people have really thought about, is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection out here. They usually have copies of that, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Title usually, that they will toss into the prize pool out here. And you know what? If I can pull Harvey's Feather Dusters every time I make a top 32, I mean, what's like an extra $40-50 on top of the value of what we're expecting a Switch 2 to be. As of filming this, we saw the first details of the Switch 2. I mean, it looks fantastic. You can also make the argument that, Europe got what? Steam Decks on the edition of their prize pool. You've also seen, what was it? Do we have PlayStation 5s in prize pool at this point in time? Don't quote me on it. I didn't look into that one too much, but the Switch 2 is most definitely going to get added into the prize pool. And that also means that you will be able to, like what we had for the Switch 1, we had the whole custom carrying case thing as well. So I can't wait to see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Embroidered custom carrying case that you'll be able to get with your Switch 2 out here. But the point of this video was to go, hey, price support's gonna get an upgrade. You're gonna see some fantastic, cool new options kind of coming. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection more than likely is gonna get tossed into this. And, I am actually just kind of happy that we have a video game product that actually has a promo in it, which, kind of looking around right now and thinking about that, is actually really freaking nice, actually. Some of the biggest complaints I think that people kind of had over time was like, you're making these products and things like that, and you're tapping them into the prize pool, but like, they didn't really have a lot of that little extra added value. Now, obviously, we can go into the whole, I would rather have cash debate. Yeah, I too would love cash, but the argument as old as time here is Konami and the licensors and all that fun stuff. You don't get the chance to see that. Instead, you're getting that unique prize card, which I still wish was an alternate art. The whole debate in the prize card debate would be, I would love an exclusive alt art that was available for a very playable card, that was available at the highest level of competition. Or, I also think it's cool that Yu-Gi-Oh! Does its own version of the serialized cards for the winner version, where they, put what event was on the card itself. That's fundamentally cool. But, let's call it what it is. I think everybody would rather have a serialized card. And, be like, oh, this was number 7 of this. But instead, they'd rather commemorate it with the event, which I don't think is terrible. At least the winner versions feel a lot more unique in the way that they are. But, once you kind of trickle down here, the whole aspect of this comes into, we could have so much more. Yeah, we'll always be able to have so much more, but due to licensing issues, due to, conflicts and certain things that exist within the licenses that, we've heard about all this stuff throughout the years, you don't really get the chance to see that. So, on the topic of the Switch 2 out here, and all the stuff. Cool that it's backwards compatible, right? To a certain degree. Nintendo actually learning out here that you can actually make products that are reverse compatible. I don't think a single person out here is really upset by the fact that you can bring your digital download media history over as well, which, as somebody that's I got, I think, the physical version of the Clan Ad game from collectible, or from oh man, it was some rare thing so many years ago. They're like, yeah, we're going to do a limited release of this Switch game, and it was it. I still have it. Yeah, believe it or not, I do collect a little bit of video games, not much. I've always been a huge fan of Key as an anime studio, so when I saw that, you know, we had the rewrite Kickstarter and things like that, still waiting on that, by the way. You ever just make a Kickstarter for a game, and, you know, it's 2025. This Kickstarter was in 2019. We still don't have our products from 6 years ago at this point in time. They're like, you know, they blame COVID for certain things, but it's, our last update on the Kickstarter project was May 2024. What the fuck? So that's a crazy thing. But the Switch 2 being backwards compatible is exciting to see. It's also, you know, kind of a nice little upgrade for people. I know a lot of people are going to be very happy to, you know, just get a bigger console in their hands. The only thing I feel bad about was, you know, we just came right off of Christmas here. And all those parents that bought their kids, you know, Switches for Christmas, you know, people are getting their first consoles out here. And it does kind of feel like a little bit of a slap in the face that literally, what, 16 days after, or 17 days after the new year, you're just like, bam, bam, here is your brand new Switch. And all the parents are like, I just bought my kid a Switch. Like, well, what's going on here with that? But systematically, like, it's cool. Also, I speaking of the video game world for collectability, I do need to get the Mega Man Special Edition that came out for all the games. That is one that I really need to get my shit on and actually get. I've gotten, believe it or not, like, I don't play a lot of games. I like having them to collect and just have these more niche things. I actually, you can't see it from here, but I actually built a retro video game collection down here for things. Yeah, I didn't build it off my Yu-Gi-Oh! Prize support, that's for sure, but I have a modded GameCube for playing games. I have PlayStations 2, 3, and 4. I don't have a PS5 yet. It's kind of no reason to buy one at the moment. But in terms of the retro video game market and things like that, the James Bond, I think, is my favorite game for the GameCube, but that's all that. So in terms of Switch 2, I'm happy about it. I'm happy for the new Pokemon games. I'm happy that, you know, the tie-in for prize support will be a little bit better. Not only in addition to, you know, that they're going to use the early days collection for that stuff once it comes out. I assume that we'll see a little bit of a change in price structure eventually. It's only common sense that Konami chooses to put their own product into the prize pool to make things a little bit better. I would actually be quite shocked if Konami didn't actually do that. Because it's kind of a wild concept and idea out here that if Konami didn't use the early days collection and upgrade to the Switch 2 once everything kind of comes out here into circulation, that I would be very freaking shocked to see Konami still using a Switch as a prize after, you know, the announcement of the Switch 2 and the Switch 2 touches down, because that just kind of leaves a bad taste in the community's mouth, and then the community's like, what is this? Like, Konami, like, what are we, come on now, like, right here, you see this? This is not terrible. You can do better than this. There's nothing here in my hand right now. You know, there could be shit here. There could be anything. It's your imagination. Or this could be a Switch 2. All right. It depends on, you know, Konami's marketing and how they want to upgrade things. But I'm telling you, if you don't take immediate action when the Switch 2 goes into circulation and get those upgrades, our small indie company is going to be facing some interesting backlash. That is for sure. So, you guys think that the Switch 2 will be added to prize pool? Do you think the early days collection will find its way into the prize pool? Do you think I'll ever get my Mega Man Special Edition collection? Please leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Trying times out here for collectability, but I assure you, we will prevail. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.